Hey, what's up guys? UrAvgWarGamer is back with another video of World of Warships, and as you can see, we have Navy 2050th anniversary, in which we are going to see this whole new event which Wargaming called it the Liberty Harbor, which will give you a tier 8 premium cruiser Bridgeport. But how will you be able to get it? I will try to explain in this video fully and give you the best way to farm all the rewards that are associated with this event. And as you can see, we will come back to this whole thing, but I will also going to explain what is new in the armory and how you can get the best rewards in this whole event, which is also about the Indiana, a tier 9 premium battleship. There might be a chance that you can get it for yourself for very cheap, which I will try to explain you with very little risk involved. So if you do find this video useful and interesting about this whole Liberty Harbor explanation, as well as the armory setup that I will give you to provide you the best rewards, be sure to hit a like, subscribe this channel because I make daily World of Warship videos, and if you have any question I will answer in the comment section below. This is something that I will do as a content creator, and you should definitely support me so that it will be a big motivation. So let's start about the Liberty Harbor event, and I will try to explain this one by one, how you can maintain and get all the rewards and get for yourself the Bridgeport. So first of all, we have to go into this whole Liberty event itself. You can access it by clicking this whole area, or you can also access it by whether if you want to click it here or you click it here, that's basically the same. I will also click it from here to just give you the confirmation, and you can see here we have 3 buildings. They are basically not fully built, which you will do it for yourself, and how you can do it in the best way or form, I will try to explain this very clearly. So you do have 14,000 naval base supplies. Okay, now this is a very important part in this event because I will try to explain how you will manage this resource to make buildings. So as you can see, we have naval command. Now if you click this naval command and construct this for 7,500 naval base supplies that you do have total of 14,000, you can get yourself this whole building, and from here you can accept the missions that can be completed in random, ranked and brawl battles, which means if you complete this, or I would say if you construct this building, you will have missions. When you complete those missions in random, ranked and brawl battles, you are going to get extra naval base supplies, and if you get extra naval base supplies, I'm sure that will be enough to make another building, which is operational command. Okay, so if you construct this building after you farm some of the, I would say, naval base supply tokens from this building that you have created first, and then you come up to this building. Now that is totally up to you. If you are a fan of co-op battles operation or temporary battle types, you can basically start building this first rather than going for the naval command, which is more like the randoms, ranked and brawls. Okay, so that is totally up to you. You have the choice. Now you also have one more building, which is a different part of this event, which is the military port. Now what it does, that if you construct this military port, you will be able to send ships that you currently have in your port. That's right, whatever ships that you have in the port, you will be able to send them, and well, you will get reward in return. So rather than playing randoms, co-op battles, well, you do have also access to this sort of style where based on the ships on your port, you basically send them for expeditions, and you will be getting naval base supplies to construct these buildings to first level, second level and third level. So these have levels as well. I know it's not easy. Wargaming did not really able to give you a good idea like how you can do it in the fastest way or form, but here I am, will try to help you and give you the best way to complete this. So the question is, which one should you pick first? Because I'm sure you cannot be able to get 2 ports like military port and maybe operational command at the same time, because you have only 14,000 tokens. So I would like to recommend you, maybe you should go for military port based on if you do have enough ships in your port. If you have a lot of ships, then I think it's not difficult, right? You have to send them for expeditions and you will be getting rewards. I will try to open the military port first because this is very straightforward. You you construct this naval command building, and you will play random battles, ranked and brawls, and you will be farming, I would say, these naval supplies in return. So this and this is very straightforward. Now if you want to play co-ops, you can do that, but if you want to do military port, which I would not recommend you if you do not have ships in the port, okay? If you do not have the ships in port, I will not recommend you. That is totally up to you. You do have 3 options, and you also have like 10% chance of receiving a double reward mission or expedition. So it's kind of like that you also have some extra opportunity to get more rewards, but this is only 10% chance. So I mean, that is something that Wargaming wants to do. I don't like this, but it is what it is. We will construct the military port. Okay, that is totally up to you. I will do it for myself, and if you do have ships, you can do it. So I have constructed the naval base supplies because I do have a lot of ships in my port. So as you can see, it created that military port, and you can see it has constructed the area. So we have the military port, memory box, and memory note. Now here is very important part. If you read the memory note, that's where you will be able to see the extra reward, the rewards that will lead you to Bridgeport. Okay, sorry guys. So as you can see, we have this memory box. Now here is very important thing. You can see here, if you complete this whole section, you will be ultimately getting a Bridgeport, okay, along with also the John Barry commanders, some coal and all that stuff, and even 30,000 naval base supplies. Now that is very important. Why? And how you will be able to get it, I will try to explain. This will make your life very, very straightforward and simple. So this memory box is important, and now we also have access to another building. We have 3 buildings: Naval Command, Operational Command, and Military Port, and now we have 4th building, and that is the fuel terminal. Now that is something that if you construct, right, it definitely requires some naval base supplies, which you will farm. In my case, at least in my case, I will farm it from the military port section, okay? So you can do it. If you have clicked the military port, then you have to do the way I'm doing. Or if you have clicked this one, then you have to play some random battles. But you need to construct another building by farming more naval base supplies. So in my case, if I have to construct the fuel terminal, which is, by the way, a booster. It's a booster, as you can see, it boosts other areas. So it boosts maybe the military port. If you want to do the operational command or the naval command, you can get extra missions or expeditions if you are really looking forward to get more rewards. Like in this case, if you want to get more naval base supplies, then that's how you will be able to boost your other buildings using fuel terminal. So I hope you can understand what I'm saying in total. But now what we will do, all we have to do is to just click on the military port. In my case, if you have clicked this, and start your expedition. Now you do have 2 options. As you can see, you can display the ships, and by the way, the ship has a fleet power, okay? Now as you can see, a super ship has 11 fleet power. If you go to the tier 10s, you have 10 fleet power. And if you want to complete this expedition, dispatching the ships on expeditions, you have to at least initially need 3 fleet power. So if you do have maybe a lower tier ship, for example, if I click the Cherbourg, a Tech 3 cruiser, a ship will be enough, and you can dispatch it like this. Click the dispatch, and then you can just get the naval base supplies like this. You have just dispatched that cruiser. Well, now you can see here we do have more opportunities to farm the naval base supplies. So you do click on it. Now, by the way, there are certain requirements, like maybe you need a nation of UK, I would say Pan Asia, Commonwealth. You click on it, and also there are 2 more options that Wargaming has given. Okay, by the way, display order by power and by availability. By the way, we have the Cherbourg that will not be available because we have dispatched that ship to expedition. So it will come back after a day. Because we can choose either we want to send that cruiser, in my case Cherbourg, for 1 day, which is a short duration, or either for 3 days. Okay, now if you go for the 3 days expeditions, you will get more rewards, but 1 day will offer, I would say in general, more and more, right? Like what they have said is that if you do not play the game World of Warships a lot, then you can just send that cruiser for 3 days, and you can see here 3 days expedition require less fleet power, but completing 1 day expeditions will earn you more resources. So either it is 3 days for you or 1 day. I will go for the 1 day because I play daily. So for daily players, this is 1 day. So afterwards, you will get the reward eventually, right? So now you can see here, I have some ships available. I will go for maybe a random tier 5 emerald, just to give you an example. But it's not enough, right? Because I need the fleet power of 8. And by the way, I can only pick UK, Pan Asia, and Commonwealth. So that is a requirement to complete this expedition alpha, okay? So I'll pick the Delhi, and that's enough fleet power to dispatch, and I will send it. And there it is. See? That's how it works. Now, I will just complete it quickly. Here, as you can see, we do not need any sort of, nation-specific ship. So I will just simply click like one ship, Elbing, dispatch it, and there it is. I got more rewards, and I got now enough naval base supplies to get another building to set up. I will do it, don't worry. But let's just complete this one, okay? We have to buy, that's a massive fleet power required. You can see here, you need 22 fleet power. So for example, if you have tech 2 ships like Celebes, Jaguar, Visby, Moavenet, you need a lot of ships, right? But that should be enough to give you this expedition, right? So dispatch it, and here it is, you get enough naval base supply. So that is the simple way of doing military port. It's very simple, straightforward. You get the rewards very quickly. Just click on it, and that's why I have done this first, okay? Now here's the thing. This military port has a level 1. We can have up to level 3 of this port. So we can upgrade this port. That's what you can say. So if you want to upgrade this, you can click on it, and well, here comes the more interesting options. Here, either you can spend doubloons to get to these phases. Now, if you want to get to this phase, which by the way will give you a memory node. Now that memory node will, if you get it, be enough. If you get that memory node by upgrading this port, then you will be able, now in this case, let me just go there. You will be able to come to this option. If hopefully I'm not wrong, what I have understand that memory node or memory node, whatever it is, you will just simply climb one by one. So you just simply need to go for, at least in my case, to the military port. I go for the upgrade. And by the way, you can see here, will be unlocked at military port level 2. So if I want to get more missions, well, I have to upgrade this. Now, how you can upgrade this? Well, you have to farm naval base supplies. So how you can farm naval base supplies? Either from the military port, which I have done right now in front of your screens, or you can also farm it with co-op battles by setting up the operational command, or you can also set up the naval command. So I will, in my case, since I'm not a fan of co-ops, to be honest, I will go for the naval command, and I will buy and construct this naval base supplies. Construct this naval command using naval base supplies for 7,500, and there it is. You get this. I don't like that Wargaming has kind of convoluted this whole design. It's not easy for any player, especially new players. I know this can be frustrating, but if you do find this video useful, why not guys subscribe to my channel? Because I make daily UrAvgWarGamer videos, and I'm sure you guys getting a lot of value. So do it. At least that would be a big motivation. So here comes the memory node, by the way. I got the memory node, and as you can see, hopefully you can see here, look, we got the memory node by constructing the naval command building, right? By constructing this, we get the memory node, and this, one by one, we will be getting more memory nodes. So we got to 3 days of premium time as a reward with one memory node. Then we go through there, and we unlock the rewards over time and over time and over time. And here's the trick. Here's the trick. You have to get to this as fast as possible. Why? Because this has 30,000 naval base supplies. And how you can get to it? It's a very simple thing. How? You have to construct the fuel terminal. In my case, I have to construct the fuel terminal as well as the operational command as well, right? I have to construct these 2 ships as well. So what happens? I get both of the memory nodes. You can see here, I got the memory nodes. I get the memory nodes. So I get 2 memory nodes, and if we get to the memory box, you can see here, we will climb to 3rd one, and we will climb to 4th one. And this will give you 30,000 naval base supplies. So we can now, after constructing all the buildings, right, because then you will be getting to this reward, we have 30,000 naval base supplies, then we can have a massive construction on a building. Like for example, in my case, I will upgrade the military port. So this is the level 1 military port, right? And you can see here, if we go to this level, you can see here, we get to this point, this is the military port. Okay, by the way, if we get to this level, we get to military port 2nd upgrade. Okay, and if we get to this point, this is the highest upgrade that you can possibly do on a military port, which will give you 2 memory nodes, extra memory nodes. From coming up to here, you will also gonna get some rewards along the way. As you can see, you are getting collection tokens. Now this collection token is something that will give you a commander. Okay, honestly, I just don't like what UrAvgWarGamer has done. It is absolutely convoluted. Like, it is really confusing. I can tell you that. Like, for me, I have to really understand this whole thing. But I hope you guys understanding what I'm trying to say and help you through this. So you can see here, we have 3 military ports. So you can, you can upgrade it to level 3. That's what I'm saying, okay? And even though to get to the upgrade, 3rd upgrade, it's required a lot of naval base supplies. But remember, not only you will be able to farm it by boosting ships through fuel terminal, this fuel terminal will boost the missions on the military port, on the operational command, on the naval command, but also through this you will get extra missions. And if you may be able to upgrade the naval commands, obviously you will be getting more missions, and then you will be getting more tokens, and then you will be able to spend those tokens to upgrade the buildings. Wow, UrAvgWarGamer, how simple and straightforward this thing is. I just cannot believe it, but it is what it is. I can just try to help you through this. And you can see here, we have to, and by the way, here's the interesting part. Let me just check. I have constructed the naval base, naval command, but I cannot able to upgrade it as of right now. I don't know why, but well, if you have constructed the naval command like me, you can now assign yourself missions to get more naval base supplies, and that is very important. You have to play obviously every day to get naval base supplies, and ultimately you have to upgrade the buildings to get the Bridgeport. That is the reality. What I will do, I will try to accept it. I have to get 2 captured. I will accept the mission. Okay, and once I accepted this mission, now you can see here, we finally get the upgrade section. Okay, I just thought that, what the hell? Like, why I'm not seeing the upgrade? Am I having some UI bugs? But it is not the case. Once we accept the mission, you can see here we can collect more missions. We have accepted this mission, and we can collect more missions. So that is what it is. Now you have to complete it in random battles, ranked and also brawl. Totally up to you. You can also do from which area you want. And by the way, these will be unlocked at level 2. And how you can get to the level 2? Well, you have to farm naval base supplies. And then obviously you will get the memory node, which by the way will give you the progression to get to the Bridgeport. Okay, again and again I will tell you, these memory nodes are very essential. These are the reason why you are trying to complete this thing to get the Bridgeport, right? Those memory nodes are the very key reasons, right? And also obviously if you're looking at the upgrade section, you also getting some what do you call it, these collection tokens, which will give you a captain, 10-point commander, American 10-point seasoned commander, whatever you call it. Eventually you will get to level 3 if you want to, by just farming enough naval base supplies by playing the game every day. Or maybe I don't know how much you need to get to the Bridgeport. I have no idea, but I hope you get the point of this whole thing. By the way, now you can see here we get some extra rules for the memory box. You can see here, if you want to know more information, this is the area that you should really look for. You can see the naval command, military port, as well as the area upgrade. So they have explained that. They do have explained that. So if you read, please look at this and check out the rules. Otherwise, I have explained it myself. I hope you guys get the point, right? This is the ultimate area where we have to upgrade the buildings to get the Bridgeport. And by the way, remember guys, every day when the server resets, you will have the reset on the expeditions itself, right? So you will get more missions, but if you upgrade the military port, you will get more, I would say, expedition opportunities. And you can see you can get extra expeditions when you boosted this whole building through fuel terminal. So that is totally up to you. You will get extra missions, and you can also boost it the naval command center as well. and also the operational command, whatever you want to do. But then ultimately upgrading the buildings again and again, I will just give you a clear information that these memory nodes will be given to the players based on completing, or I would say upgrading the buildings, like in this case as you can see here. Then you will be able to get the memory node. So you have to upgrade the whole buildings to 3 level, or you can spend doubloons, which is actually the intention Wargaming has for players that have money in their wallet. So wallet. So wallet warriors will definitely gonna click here. I won't do it even though I have doubloons, but yeah, that is the reality. Also, last but not the least, you can also see this whole area. You can see they have been constructed, the military port as well as the naval command. So you can see there are things moving and running, but these are not started. So you need to construct these areas, and you will eventually be able to do that. So in 2 or 3 days from now, because you will be farming the tokens, or whatever these tokens we call it, you will be farming them through these buildings, okay, and completing the random battles and all that stuff. So hopefully you get the full idea, and also you understood about this memory box, which is where you will be getting the bridge port at the end by upgrading all the buildings, if I'm not wrong. So if you have any question, you can always let me know in the comment. What do you think about this whole event? I think it's very confusing. It's nice to have a very interesting event like this, but I think Wargaming need to communicate it like more, and also they have to give some sort of tooltips to give you some idea. Like they have to clearly tell us that you have to go here and do this and that, but unfortunately it can be very confusing. Even as a player, experienced player like me, have some tough time really understanding this in the first place. But anyways, we get back to the port, and hopefully if you have any question, you can always let me know in the comment. And now, wait, what? Liberty Harbor, what is that? Give me a second. Reward available? I will just check that later on. But now here comes the part where we do have some combat missions, which we will definitely gonna take a look, and we also gonna go through the armory right now. We will go first in the armory to check out the rewards. Let's go. Okay, now we are in the armory, and we have some new things, like for example the tier 9 premium battleship, the Indiana. We will go and click on this. I mean, this is where you will access this whole thing, US Navy 50th anniversary, and you can see we have a whole lot of things going on. We will talk about this Navy 25th and 50th anniversary, but there is also something that is new, and that is the Commanders of Might and Magic. I don't know what Wargaming is trying to celebrate. I don't know. I mean, this is the event along with this Navy 250th event that you might have to check, and obviously click on the common bonuses, extra reward. Even though I just don't like the common bonuses, Wargaming should definitely work on green boosters here. But I mean, why given the chance to give us free good stuff when they can do these sort of things like here. But anyways, I think there's nothing really special about it. And by the way, here's the verdict, and something that I would like to talk. And if you might be thinking, okay, I should get like commanders for 150k coal. I mean, this is actually the bait that Wargaming is trying to give. It's not a ship, it's the commander. Do you want to have commander, a visual commander that does not have any ship impact, game performance improvement, or whatever you call it? Like, it's not a seasoned commander that have enhanced skills or something like that. It's not the legendary commander that's gonna give you something for 150,000 gold. These are only 10-point skill commanders. That is expensive and atrocious. Like, literally the worst value that you can get. Please do not click on it. Please, for the sake of this whole game and for the sake of the sanity that you have, please do not click on this. I can just only ask you to do this, because this is not worth it. It's cool, but it's just the commanders. Bro, do you want to have this commander? It's not gonna do anything, I can tell you that. So yeah, now we come back to the Navy 50th anniversary. Now here's the thing, and I was talking about the risk that you can take now, and actually something that is still valuable than that garbage, unfortunately, those commanders. And that is, you have a full section dedicated to these premium containers, which if you click on this whole bundle thing, you can see it's a very cheap 80% discount, and having a 2% chance from this container to get the Indiana. Okay, now here's the thing that you can do. You can take a chance of only spending 250 doubloons, okay? It's a risk that I, as a player, and will give you the advice that you should, because it's very cheap. And I mean, I can do it for yourself, guys. Like, let me just click on it and just purchase it. I don't have the Indiana, but if I get it, maybe, let me just go and check out. But I will do it later on. And if you want to take slightly more risk, like this is a risk that I can recommend you. The maximum risk that you want to take from these containers is maybe extra 1,000 doubloons along with this. So you will be getting what? 2 containers this time instead of 1. This is very cheap. Now you are having a 60% discount on 2 of these containers. They will cost you 1,000 doubloons if you really want to get this ship. This is the last area where I will gonna recommend you that you can take risk. If you didn't get from 3 containers a ship having 2% chance, please, for the sake of God, please do not click on these ones and start to gamble, because this is the reality. The reality is Wargaming wants you to gamble. They want you into the cost sunk fallacy, right? They want you to think, okay, I have spent some money, I didn't get the ship, okay, let's just open all of them. I have to get this ship. No, this is a bait. The best way to manage the risk is to just hold till this point. If you are really like want and have some money in your wallet, sure, go for it. But other than that, don't do this. Okay, this is the last wall, okay, where you can click on your wallet and send the money to Wargaming. But even then, I will not gonna recommend you that, okay? But here is something that I can also recommend you, that you buy another 25,000 gold worth of container. I will not do it because I just do not want to. But you can take a risk. Again, it's a 2% chance. It's like you will have a ship in 2 containers out of 100 container. That is pitiful chance. That is absolutely atrocious chance. It's so low that the risk is still okay. 25,000 coal. If you have a lot of coal in your hand, you can try to risk it. That's fine. You can only get it 1. It's only available 1, so you can do it, and then you will buy it directly for absolute insane amount of money. I think it's around $200 or something like that. Something that I will never gonna risk a money on a ship, on a pixel board. Absolutely not worth it. However, whatever risk that I'm willing to take is through this opening 3 containers, and the last container is the 4th one, and that's basically it. If you want to do this way, totally up to you. I will not recommend you, because do not blame me later that I haven't gotten anything, okay? So that's basically it from the armory. By the way, guys, there is nothing new in the combat sections. It's just that we have the extra section opened because we are now working on Liberty Harbor rewards. So they basically showed us the new area on the combat missions, because now we are trying to farm the tokens from the random battles, co-op or brawls, okay? In my case, from the Naval Command Center. So that's why we have this new thing here, and I have checked that. So that is basically it. Maybe let me check the update navigator. Maybe there might be something that is new. And I have checked that, and it's not, because it's basically based on the Liberty Harbor. There is some reward available. I will check that, but I have explained this fully. And I think last but not the least, there is something that is very important. That is actually very rewarding. If you go and click onto the recruiting station, you have 1 container that you can buy, and if you look at the reward section, here I have some community tokens, and you get this updated every month, okay? This recruiting supplies container that Wargaming always give 1, okay? This, in this case, and at least in this event, gives you blue boosters for only costing 1,000 community tokens. That is an amazing deal. Now that is something that I will recommend. Go and click this, and I will click it myself, because, well, who will not like blue boosters for that cheap? Honestly, that is an amazing deal. I hope Wargaming gives you more boosters like this. Look at this. You get the blue boosters, 12 of them for 1,000 community tokens. Remember, a super container that is worth 3,000 community tokens have a very, very low chance of giving you some boosters like these. And you're getting these ones for very cheap. That's a steal of a deal, bro. Go and just click that. You will definitely gonna thank me later. And if you do find this video useful, guys, you know how to click the subscribe button. So thank you guys for watching, and always ask me question. I will always reply most of the time. Thank you guys, and peace out.